Are you careful about what you believe? Hello, and welcome to Titanium Talar's Tarot, and today I will be doing another insight, all about, putting it all together. Now, we are doing Clair Cognizance, right? And Clair Cognizance talks about things that you intuitively know, or that you intuitively get as downloads, or things of that nature. Now, what if I tell you you can flip the switch, and you can actually a little bit affect affect your life, affect your reality by your thinking. Right now, I'm not saying that you're gonna change things and you're gonna make things different or morph into something different. Technically, you're gonna make them morph into something different for you, not necessarily morph into something different for other people, but for yourself, definitely. Now, why am I saying this? Because, Clair Cognizance is a little bit like visualization. Whatever your mind's eye sees, it believes. Okay? What I'm saying is whatever your third eye sees, it believes. Okay? Now, or whatever your mind's eye sees, it believes. So the thing is that your current reality can affect what your mind's eye sees. But your imagination, your visualization, your perception, all those things also can affect what it sees. So, if you want to make sure to change your outer reality, you have to first change your inner reality, meaning what you see on the screen of your mind. What your third eye sees will affect what you actually see out there. So what you see in here is what's going to be seen out there. Okay? So, now, it is of utmost importance that you check that your thoughts about a certain thing are in alignment with what you want to create. So, you see, up to this point, I've been talking more about what your outer reality gives you as information, or what your abilities, your clairs, tell you about the outer reality and what's going to happen in your future. True. But what if you can use your own clairs, to create your future? Now, this is a game changer. If you can do this, you can create the reality you want. So you gotta keep this in mind. Sometimes working backwards is going to be a great help. And I mean, I understand how people don't really understand how using their clairs or using spiritual work or using things of that nature can be beneficial for them, but in reality it is, because if you work on your inner reality, your outer reality will reflect it. Because your outer reality is a reflection of your inner reality. So if your inner reality is a mess, your outer reality is going to show that. But if your inner reality is ordered and makes sense, even if you are forced to live in, in a situation where you need to have things in bags, or you need to you need things placed in a way so that you can make sure that things are safe and whatnot. Even in that chaotic mess, there will be some order. You will find a way to make it orderly, right? So, and the pressure in my ear is changing, which means something, but I don't necessarily know what yet. So, make sure that your inner reality, I think I've talked about this before, your inner reality has to be on point for your outer reality to be on point as well. Okay? So this is where putting it all together comes in handy. So as much as your claircognizance helps you knowing what's going to come in the future, you can actually, or what happened in the past, you can actually use your claircognizance to create the future you want. Okay? So you just have to visualize it and then make sure that everything's in order. Or how should I say it? You see it, but you see it, you know it, you hear it, you smell it, you touch it, whatever, right? All of those things, all of your clairs. Utilize all of your clairs to see the future that you are creating. But then you have to know that you are going to create it. You might not know how. It might take more steps than you anticipated, but you are definitely going to create it. If you believe, if you know that you are going to use your clairs, okay, to create this future you want, you can do it. You just have to figure out how. Well, something that I had written down that I think is very important for you to know is that with claircognizance, okay, as I mentioned, okay, you can reverse engineer and use your knowing that whatever you see with your third eye is gonna manifest. Okay, whatever your mind, whatever your subconscious believes, it can manifest. All right, and it has no other way but to manifest it. Not that it has no other way, but it needs to manifest it. So you need to make sure that the emotions that you feel in regards to this are in alignment with what you want to create. Now that's number one. But number two is that whatever you believe becomes a reality. Okay, so whatever your subconscious believes is becoming reality. And so that is why the way you frame something, like if you want to create something, okay, but the way you feel in regards to that thing that you want to create is going to become the thing that you are creating. I hope that makes sense. So what I mean by that is that if you want a relationship, but you feel like it's hard, but you feel like it's going to take time, but you feel like all those things, that is what is going to be created. Instead of so all the stuff that goes around in your mind while you think of creating that business, that relationship, that friendship, that this, that is what's going to happen. Now on the flip side, if you don't think of all the surrounding stuff, if you just think about what you want to create, that is what will happen. You will just create what you want to create, and then that's it. So what I'm saying is that when you are thinking of your manifestation, just think of it by itself. Think of it from that perspective. Don't attach feeling to it. Make sure that when you are thinking of it, you are thinking of it with the right way of thinking about it, not the rest of the stuff, right? Just think of what you want to create, and that's it, not the surrounding circumstances or the how it's going to be created. The how does not matter. The how, leave that up to God, okay? Leave that up to, or whatever word you use, okay? Just think of what you want to create. That's it. That's it. That's all. Not how, not when, not who, just what. Now you see, what I want to create is I want to create a relationship. A long-term relationship. That's it. So, I am currently focusing on a long-term relationship. Now, this can be a long-term relationship with a friend. This can be a long-term relationship with a buddy. This can be a long-term relationship with my family members. Doesn't really matter. A relationship is a relationship. And so you work on that. Okay? So why am I saying this? Because I generally when I was a child, I used to like being the center of attention, and I still kind of do, but I used to talk a lot, and I still do that sometimes. So that means that if I want to work on the relationship, on any relationship I have with anybody, that means I have to take a back seat and stop talking and be more attentive to the person with whom I'm having a relationship with and put their needs first sometimes. I have to take a step back and put them in the forefront. That's generally how it works, right? Because sometimes it's you, sometimes it's them. And that's an important lesson to learn if you want everything to go well in all your relationships. You should work on one and just rinse and repeat, right? So how you do one thing is how you do anything, right? As says my coach Christopher Duncan, how you do one thing is how you do anything. So make sure that you do one thing correctly and everything else will just follow suit. Okay? So, how are you going to start thinking to create the future you want? Let me know.